Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the M79 Grenade Launcher mod, which is being made by Sean MS 1991, and what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is this beautifully destructive weapon, the M79 Grenade Launcher, which I have to admit, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite for loving. Oh, I've been having so much fun with this thing, but as you probably all know, I have a criteria for myself whenever I install any weapon mods into the game. I like them to be lore-based, and unfortunately, this doesn't fit that criteria, as the M79 is a real-world grenade launcher, which isn't much of a problem, but it was designed and built in the 60s for the Vietnam War, and before Vietnam, just after World War II, is when Fallout split away from our world. So technically, it doesn't quite fit within the right time period. I mean, it's close, which I can kind of live with, but it still technically doesn't fit. But I kind of am making excuses for this because it is such a fun weapon, and in previous iterations of Fallout, we have actually seen a few times a grenade launcher, which was just generically named Grenade Launcher, which was similar to the M79, so I'm going to use that excuse to basically justify my hypocrisy on my lore thing, but oh well, it's a cool gun, and I love it, so there we go. So let us actually take a look at what you do get with this grenade launcher, and at the standard base level of the grenade launcher, you will get this beautiful weapon, which is pretty easy for you to get a hold of in the game, as you'll find it pretty much spread around the Commonwealth on a variety of different enemies. So far, I haven't noticed any one particular group which you'd find it more on than others, plus you'll find it at some vendors, and of course, a single legendary version in the Gorski's cabin, which I would suggest you find and use as your only grenade launcher ever. And I'll tell you more about why momentarily. But if you can just get a hold of a standard version with a standard receiver, barrel, short stock, removed sights, no muzzle, and the 40mm grenades, which is a custom ammunition added in by the mod, which you can create at the chemistry workbench, always good to know, will do a bit of damage, 116, quite a fair amount actually, using the 40mm grenades, a firing rate of 3, which is pretty darn slow, at a range of 95, accuracy of 69, weight of 9, and value of 296. And it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I love it so much, especially because of that range and accuracy. Those are very important things, because of course, even though we have a 40mm grenade, in the modifications for this gun, you can change that ammo to any explosive grenade in the game, which becomes quite an important point when you consider normal grenades in Fallout 4 cannot use VATS, but I can choose to make a grenade launcher that can hold fragmentation grenades, and then I can hit VATS on anyone and shoot them with it. So basically, this grenade launcher gives you a loophole for using grenades in VATS, and I love that because I'm an awful shot with grenades, and this will really, really help my accuracy in that regard. So let's go and take a look at all the different modifications we have here, and that'll also bring us to the reason why I say you should grab that legendary one, which of course I already have down here. Now let's take a look at the standard one. So in the receivers, we have a variety of different things here, all of which will change things from making it lighter to less action points in VATS, better critical shot damage, and finally faster reload speed, which with a firing rate of 3 is very important. Then in the barrels, we have just 3 different sizes. The standard, a short barrel for inferior range but superior critical shot damage, and a long range barrel for superior range, but of course better recoil as well. Always good to have. Then with these stocks, we have 2 options, the standard short stock or a full stock for better recoil. Then we have sights, where we have 3 options: the removed sights, a lowered sights, which basically is just an aesthetic thing, and then finally the standard sights, which will give you that nice large bit, sort of grenade launcher sight, which, if you know what you're doing with it, can make it pretty useful as an accuracy tool for lining up exactly where you need to go with your arc, because of course, this does fire like a real grenade launcher. It's gonna have drop-off as it flies through the air. So with this standard sight, it's actually pretty useful. Now the next is the muzzle, where we have a muzzle brake for better recoil control but inferior range, and a spiked one for a little bit of bashing damage, which honestly is only useful in the normal grenade launchers. Again, I'll talk more about that why in a moment. And then finally we have here is the ammo type, where we come by default with the 40mm, but we can change it to baseball grenades, cryo grenades, frag grenades, institute EMP pulse grenades, Molotov cocktails, and nuka grenades, plasma grenades, and finally pulse grenades. So whichever ammo you choose, that's what you're gonna have, and you'll do the damage of that particular piece of explosives from this gun. And I love that, but of course the problem is that you only have the one ammo type. You can't change it on the fly, except you can if you have the legendary one. This is why I say forget about the other grenade launchers, find Gorski's cabin immediately, and grab this gun. Because when you use the bash function, it will allow you to swap ammunition. The basic grenade launcher, you're stuck with whatever you chose. You'll have to go back to a weapon workbench to change it to another ammo type. This one, you just gotta hold down the melee key, which of course does make the spiked muzzle brake basically useless, because you cannot bash with this thing, because every time you try, it's gonna bring up a UI to let you switch ammo. But frankly, I'm perfectly okay with that, because I can switch ammo on the fly and it's freaking amazing. So that is awesome. And that is all the modifications here. Let's jump over to the chemistry station for a moment. And of course, in grenades, we have the new 40mm grenade used specifically by these, but basically any other grenade in here that you can make, you can also shoot from the grenade launcher, so just, you know, make what you can and enjoy yourself. So let us actually take a look at how these fire, and let's get out the standard one here. And to show you the drop-off on this thing, I'm gonna aim right... Oh god, dog me, please move. I don't want to shoot you in the head with a grenade. That'd be horrible. I'm gonna shoot right there at that stone block, and I'm thinking that the drop-off will probably put us just before the path there. So let's fire, and I'll be quiet so you can hear the shot. There we go, and yep, I was right. It fell just before the path, and now, of course, since we have fired, we gotta reload. There we go, beautiful. And let's take a look at the range on this thing, and oh god, where do I want to shoot? Earlier when I was testing range, I accidentally hit one of my provisioners, which made everyone here very annoyed with me. So let's try not to do that this time. Let's see if we can get over the bridge and into the water over there. So let's fire at that angle, and let's see where that lands. Going, going, going. Where? Oh boy, I can't even see the explosion. It went far enough. Cool. So this thing can get a heck of a lot of range, far more range in fact than you ever could throw a grenade in the world, which is part of the point. Plus with the ability to use VATS with it, it's pretty awesome. Now let's take a look at some of the other ones I've messed around with for just the different modifications. So this is a muzzled one, which has the lower down sights that you can see there, just an aesthetic thing. And of course does have the spiked muzzle for a little bit of extra melee damage, and the standard 40mm grenade. Ooh, right in the water, perfect. That was nice. Then I have a rapid grenade launcher that I made earlier, which has the nice oiled receiver for a little bit of quicker reload speed, and does have the nice graduated sight on here, which I wish you could adjust. That'd be great, but if you get skilled with it, you should be able to figure it out a bit more easily. And let's just fire there, reload. So it takes about a second or so off of the reload speed, which, you know, is pretty decent. And then the short light grenade launcher here, which again is just another really short one, and is cool and horribly inaccurate because of that short barrel. Now let's take a look though at the important one, the tactical grenade launcher, which is that legendary one from Gorski's cabin. And right now, I actually have it loaded with Molotovs. Yes, that's right, folks. We can use Molotovs in a grenade launcher. Let's aim for that tree right there, and boop. Beautiful. Beautiful. And we'll reload. There we are. And we'll say now that we have this legendary one, let's bash. And there we are. We get this UI where we can choose between any explosive that is in our inventory. So I can switch over to the default 40mm grenades, shoot the tree again. There we go, nice little explosive. And then go to bash, and I can then switch it to fragmentation grenades. And you'll see, there we go, my 25 that I have. Fire. And you'll notice that it did actually give us the grenade logo going out, and the grenade will act like the grenade normally does. So the frag grenades are on a bit of a time fuse, so they'll roll around a bit before exploding. So if we shoot it at the ground here, it should bounce into the water over there. And... oh, no, didn't make it quite to the water, but made it towards the bottom of the hill. And so similarly, something like a baseball grenade, which detonates on impact, will explode on impact. So whatever grenade you have will function like it does as a normal grenade, which brings us to our usual, oh, so sad killing of this mongrel over here, which I'm actually going to get him with the 40mm grenade. Let's get that out, and let's see if we can get in VATS. Oh god, 8% chance. Let's try it though. Let's take a couple of shots. Oh, I can only do 2 because we got the reload. There we go. Boom. Oh, I think we got him. We did. Oh, I love this thing so much. That was beautiful. That poor, poor mongrel. But you know what? He died for a good cause. Explosions. And yeah, that is the M79 Grenade Launcher mod. I've been having a huge amount of fun with this thing, because I mean, come on, who doesn't like explosive weaponry in this game? And especially when you can select which kind of explosives you're wanting to use. I love the ability of this particular legendary version to switch out between any of them possible, and if you can't find that for some strange reason, you can always then just build your own grenade launcher with your favorite type of grenade and have at it. But that is going to be it for today, folks. If you'd like to check out this mod for yourself, and I definitely suggest that you go and do it, you can take a look at the link in the description as always, and yeah, hope you do have fun with it, and of course that you do come back for the next episode when we'll hopefully be looking at yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one!